I'm Dr. Nina Crowley, SECA's Professional Affiliations and Education Manager, wrapping up the week here at Obesity Week in San Diego. And it has been an amazing week of connecting with people, learning new information, and getting excited about what's to come. So I wanted to share 3 of my takeaways with you. And the first one is that we actually have hope for the first time in a long time when it comes to weight loss treatments and obesity management. There was a lot of discussion about the new GLP-1 agonists, all sorts of different talks I attended on different drug combinations that they're looking at, and not just in adults but in adolescents and children. These are some really powerful, mind-blowing advances in science that we've heard can really have good effects with weight loss over time. So that is a really exciting part of this meeting. And along with that, my second take home is that with this power comes great responsibility. So we really have powerful medications now, and we have to figure out how to get them in the hands of the right patients. So people who have a need for this medication, we have to make sure that they have insurance coverage for them and that they're actually accessible. So there's a lot of talk here about how do we get the price to be something that people can actually access and take advantage of. There's a lot of talk about, prescribing, who's going to be doing that, how are we going to get the right pathways into the clinics, and there's just so much need for it with such a high obesity rate for people to access these new medications. So I think we're going to be hearing a lot more about that. I also think with these great weight losses comes a focus on the quality of weight loss and where it's coming from. So there were lots of conversations being had here this week about muscle mass, fat mass loss, if someone's going to lose a big amount of weight over a period of time, making sure that they're preserving their lean mass. And so I think we're going to hear a lot more about that moving forward as people get on these medications and stay on them longer. So that's exciting as well. And then finally, another take-home message is really the patient voice and considering bias and stigma as it pertains to patients. So we really talk a lot about clinical studies and evidence at a real basic science level, but there's a big focus here on how do we actually work with patients to individualize care, make sure we're using a patient-centered approach, make sure that our bias and our, all of the obesity stigma that really infiltrates our healthcare system is not impacting the patient. So there was a lot more patients at this meeting than I've seen before on panels talking with the providers about how the patient experiences this care, and I think that's really revolutionary for what's next in our field. So thanks for joining me. I'm ready to go home and we'll see you at the next meeting.